Hey, what's up, friends? They say that if you want to get good at making content, you just need to make the content. Well, in order to make the content, you have to have the time and the opportunity to make the content. And for me, I drive a lot. So, welcome to a ride along with Anthony. We, let's see, what do we want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact that of everything I learned over the last 21 days with the most recent Kickstarter campaign that we did. So, Kickstarter, for those who don't know, keep it short and sweet because I hate those videos that overly explain things I'm already aware of. But Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform that allows people like myself who create things and want to market them directly to our audience, can put them out there, do a crowdfunding where people pledge a certain amount of money based on the rewards they hope to receive or the amount they choose to give. Some people actually pledge without wanting anything, which is amazing. And then that money goes to the creators and we produce the thing we're going to make and then get it out in front of people. Short and sweet, right? Well, we did a Kickstarter. It is not the first Kickstarter that I've ever been a part of, and it's not even the first Kickstarter that our company, Nine Ravens, has done. It's exciting every time we do one. So we did a Kickstarter. We teamed up with creator Nicholas P. Myers, who, if you're not familiar with, he's a gem. He's a gem hidden in the rough of indie comics, and you should look him up. You should follow him, support his work, get invested. The man's put out a shit ton of work over the years, and he's done it all because he loves comics and he loves telling stories. And I love Nicholas. So full disclosure, right? It's not sponsored. Nicholas is not sponsoring this video. He just happens to be one of my dearest friends, and we've collaborated and worked together for the better part of 20 years. So always love doing stuff with Nicholas. And I love that he's still doing anything at all because indie comics is not easy. Indie comics is a very, comic books in general, creating in general is a very easy arena to lose in and a very easy space to excuse ourselves from if it wears us down and beats us up and leaves us feeling like everything we do is just not appreciated. Well, to Nicholas's credit, he's never let that stop him. So he put out another amazing book, over 125 pages of content. It's just awesome. So we did the Kickstarter campaign. What was the first thing I learned? The first thing I learned is it never gets old partnering with good creators. Never gets old collaborating with people who love this art as much as I do. And that's the first thing. And that's easily the best thing of the whole thing. It's not the money. It's not the getting things funded. It's that. And then followed by number two is when we finally get that book in our hands. Oh, that's going to be exciting. The second thing I learned, though, is that Kickstarter has gone from being a platform that all sorts of people have been able to utilize to raise funds for their projects just openly and on their own, to being an environment that holds people accountable and wants to know that backers are as protected as those running the campaigns. That was awesome. I didn't know about this. There were updates that have been done to the platform between the running of our last couple campaigns and now that required us as the creative people to update things within Kickstarter's system, accountability things for us to make sure that we're fulfilling our products and getting books out to people and posting updates. And I really love that because I just had never looked at Kickstarter as anything in that space. We had used it, we had benefited from it, we've funded a handful of campaigns, and we've fulfilled our campaigns and gotten them out to people. And we've communicated through updates or through directly, contacting people because the backer report gives you the ability to do that. But I had never thought that Kickstarter would implement these things, and I'm so happy they did because over the course of history, people have utilized Kickstarter to just swindle money from people. And sadly, there's a couple pretty well-known comic book creators that have gone out, ran their campaigns, and one of them I read about was like from what, 13 years ago, never released the book. Never released the book, never updated it, never did whatever. And this person is, as far as we're all aware, this person is successful. So successful, in fact, that it's arguable that they even should need to do a Kickstarter. That's what some people would say. But they did the Kickstarter anyways, and the Kickstarter got funded, and it raised like $40,000 or some business. And anyways, just burned a bunch of people. And so kudos to Kickstarter for putting these things in place. So that before we could launch our campaign, Kickstarter let us know, hey, we need some updates from you. Perfect. Got them the updates, got updates out to the people, and that honestly felt really good and made me feel a renewed sense of confidence in Kickstarter as a platform and where the industry can go with something like this. It made me really happy. And so that was the first lesson learned, and we're looking forward to utilizing those things more proactively as we'll fulfill this current Kickstarter. The third thing that I learned is there are so many differing views and strategies around how to successfully do a Kickstarter. And I need to dig into those more. I need to understand them more, understand the marketing more, see what we can accomplish. We set our goal for this Kickstarter at $1,000, which is not a huge amount of money in the publishing world. It is twice what we normally would set our Kickstarters for. Historically, we've set our Kickstarters for only like $500. And we ended up closing at over $1,300. So that felt really good. That was awesome. Could we have done more? I think so. We probably could have done more if we had a better handle on marketing options, if we got the book out in front of people, a further web of people beyond our intimate connections, like people that follow us or follow Nine Ravens online. And that's really something that we're just going to have to work on, building that awareness between now and the next Kickstarter. Try to continue to put out content like this, talk about what we're doing, talk about what we've accomplished, what we have in the bag, what we're going to release, not to like tease, but to just give updates and build momentum through actually accomplishing things. And that's a thought process that I'm having, is like, walking away from this Kickstarter, I think it's awesome that we got $1,300. We met our goal, which, to be quite frank, Nicholas and I have a shared perspective that we just want to be able to get the book in front of people. We want to be able to produce the book and make it available. And this campaign has made that possible. The book is going to go out in front of people, and it's just, there's nothing better than that. So, sorry, I'm talking and my sinuses are acting up. I apologize. That all worked, right? It feels good. We're going to be getting the funding from the campaign to print the book, and we exceeded our goal. There's no doubt that that's a success. I also strongly believe we could have easily gotten double what we got. And that's purely based on the quality of the book and having a better awareness around what we're doing. I mean, we have Nicholas, who wrote and illustrated and produced this amazing book all by himself. He's worked on it for years. That by itself could have been something, and really should have been something, that Nine Ravens had the opportunity to get out and start promoting and making people aware of far before the Kickstarter launch. That could have been something to help raise that awareness and get people's eyes and minds thinking about, what is IRKALLA going to be, right? It's the name of the book. The other thing too is just, we had Freddie Lopez provided digital painting for the cover. And if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's gorgeous. Freddie's one of the best guys in the business, and we really should have tapped more into his the awareness around him and what he does in his work, and maybe that could have increased some sales. it really just, at the end of the day, comes down to awareness. And how do we organically and strategically build the awareness around what we're doing at Nine Ravens and who we're partnering with, so that we can help people understand that the books we're going to be bringing to them are quality, meaningful pieces of art that are worth being a part of. And so that's something that I'm going to have to work on, and that was a lesson learned from this process. I also learned that the certain strategies that we did implement, having the preview page, doing heavy promotion prior to launch, and then also doing steady promotion through the course of the campaign, which I think everybody who does a Kickstarter does that, especially if their Kickstarter is successful. Those strategies still proved valuable and true, and we did a great job. And that's a good lesson. It's good to reaffirm that. I mean, the fact that we got funding secured within 2 days, especially a weekend, was awesome. I was worried about that. I purposefully launched the campaign on August 1st. It was a Saturday, and I was worried that that might bite me, or bite the campaign in the butt, because people, it's a weekend. They're not necessarily looking at Kickstarter. But I was wrong. Our early bird specials paid off. The funding was secured within the first 48 hours of the campaign being open. And then we actually exceeded the campaign by like $210 within that first week. And then it went stagnant until the very end, and then it got bumped up over 1,300. So there's clearly an opportunity there in the middle to find some adjustment. But we did a shorter campaign. That was the first time we did that. Rather than doing a full month, we only did 20 days. I think we're gonna try that again. I like the fact that it puts in a sense of urgency. Almost every campaign I've done, it tapers off the further you get into the campaign, and almost all of your funds and pledges come in during those first 2 weeks. So I'm thinking the next campaign that we do, depending on the property that it is, might just be 2 weeks, just a 14-day campaign, and really put a lot into it, really go for it, and then that's it. That's what it is. So also playing with the idea, like, this one is not Kickstarter exclusive. There are going to be versions of this book that won't be the same as what people get through Kickstarter, but there'll be versions of this book that'll be available in the future through other means. So more on that to come. But Nicholas and I have already talked about it. But what about a project that would be Kickstarter exclusive? What does that look like? And where's the benefit there? I don't know, we'll see. I know some guys who have had way more successful campaigns than Nine Ravens has ever had. And I hope to connect with them and learn from them, maybe even collaborate or team up with them and put out a project together. But right now, that was a good takeaway. We went in with a higher initial goal and a shorter time frame to get it, and both of those aspects proved successful. So that was excellent. Also, once again, I think it never hurts that all the artwork for the product, for the property, was already done. Like, we went into the campaign, there was nothing left for Nicholas to do. Our last campaign, full transparency, our last campaign suffered a severe delay because of personal life events that I went through, and then that in turn affected the fact that I had art that was for the book that wasn't done, and it took me too long to get it done. But it is done, and Turnery is getting published, and that's going to be going out to backers soon. That book was a trial by fire process, and we learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it. That's a totally different video, which I don't think I'll ever do, because quite honestly, I don't want to get into all the personal stuff. It's not needed, and I don't think it's appropriate or respectful to anybody involved. But it was a reality of it. Lesson learned, right? Thankfully, everybody involved is in a healthier, better place now, and that translates into me being able to do more work and get more stuff done. And that's exciting for me because it's what makes me happy. So, well, this conversation's already been 15 minutes long. What else is there to cover? I guess the last lesson learned from this Kickstarter campaign is the fact that I really enjoy doing Kickstarter campaigns, and I enjoy the feeling of seeing them be successful. And now we get to go into the really fun part, which is working with the printer, getting the books produced, getting the extras produced, getting everything packaged and signed and out to backers. And it's going to be great. It's going to be really exciting to get it done. And then we get started on our next one. Nicholas has already brought up to me thoughts about what he wants to do next. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do the thing. So we're going to have more for you. And I'm going to try and do more of these videos and keep this communication going. And, you know, I don't have any problem being transparent. I'm doing the video because I want people to be aware of what we're doing. I want to build an audience. I want you to care, because I believe that what we're going to bring out and what we're going to offer to people are going to be stories and products and exciting things that you're not going to want to miss out on. So until next time, thanks for coming on the ride along, folks. I'll talk to you soon.